morning to you all, my dear students. I hope you are all fine and safe, isn't it? Have you completed your last day's homework? Okay, good. Let's start our math class. Last class we are learned about ratio, isn't it? Now we are going to study about proportion. Okay, now we are going to study about proportion. First we can see comparison of ratio. Okay, comparison of ratio. Let us compare the following ratio. First one, 2:3 and 5:6. Now listen here, 2:3 means we can write 2/3 and 5/6. Isn't it? 5/6. Now we can compare this to fraction form. We need same denominator means we can compare the numerator which is greater. Now here different denominator 3 and 6. LCM of 3 and 6 equal to 6 is the LCM. So we can multiply by here 2, here also 2. Here we can multiply by 1, here also multiply by 1. So 4/6 and 5/6. Now we can see 4/6 is greater than or equal less than 4/6 and 5/6. Which is greater? 5 is greater. So we can say 4/6 is less than 5/6. Isn't it? So here 4:6. 4:6. 4:6 means what is this? 2:3. Isn't it? 2:3 is less than 5:6. Now we get 2:3 is less than 5:6. Which is greater? 5:6. This is greater. First we can write in fraction form. Same denominator means we can see the numerator, we can compare which is greater. Now get same denominator, but here different denominator is there. Now we can take the LCM and we can change the denominator in the same. Now we get same denominator, so we can compare the numerator which is greater 5/6. Now we can say write the fraction form. Now we can listen here which is greater. 2:3 is less than 5:6. Less than 5:6. Okay. Now 3:4 and 5:7. Now 3:4 means 3/4 and 5/7. Isn't it? Now here 3/4, 7. Which LCM of 4, 7 is equal to 28. 4 and 7, 28. 28 means here we can multiply by 7 in the numerator and 7 in the denominator also. Here we can multiply by 4 in the numerator and the denominator also 4. So what we'll get? For 7 3s are 21/28 and 5 4s are 20/28. Now listen, which is greater? 21 is greater. Isn't it? 21 is greater. So we can write which is 21 means that is 3/4. 3:4 is greater than 5:7. Isn't it? 3:4 is greater than 5:7. Okay, this is the second ratio. Now, third one, 35:28 and 40:32. Now we can compare like this. First we can write in fraction form, then we can take the LCM, then we can compare the numerator. Okay, we'll get which is greatest ratio. Now listen here. Now here 35:28 and 40:32. 35:28 and 40:32. Now here we can write in proportion form also. Okay. Now we can write 35:28. We can write 35/28. Fraction form and 40/32. 40/32. Now listen here, this is fraction form. Now we can cancel it using 7 table. 7 4 7s are 28, 5 7s are 35. Here we can use 8 table. 8 4 7s are 4 8s are 32, 5 8s are 40. Isn't it? Now listen, 5/4 is equal to 5/4. So these two ratios are equal. Okay, if we compare these two ratios are equal. So we can write 35 is to 28 is equal to the 40 is to 35 is to 28 is equal to 40 is to 32. Okay, like this we compare any two ratio that is same. Now we can cross multiplication. We can do the cross multiplication. 5 4s are 20 is equal to 5 4s are 20. If we compare any two ratio, that ratios are equal. Ratios are equal means we can say that is proportion. Okay, what is proportion? If we compare any two ratio, that two ratios are equal, we can say that is proportion. Okay, when two ratios are equal, they are said to be in proportion. Understand what is proportion? When two ratios are equal, they are said to be in proportion. Are you clear about this? Here A, B and C, D. Okay, A, B, C, D. This is we can write in proportion form. A is to B as C is to D. How can you read? A is to B as C is to D. This is the proportion form. In proportion we have two terms, that is mean and extreme. This end term and this end term we can product of means. This two middle term is called mean. This is extremes. Okay, this is extremes, this is mean. Product of mean is equal to product of extreme. Product of mean always in proportion. Product of mean is equal to product of extreme. Okay, product of extremes. Now listen here, what is mean? Product of mean means we can multiply this mean term. Okay, B cross C, B into C is equal to A into D. A into D. So BC is equal to AD or AD is equal to BC. Okay, AD is equal to BC. If this product of mean is equal to product of extreme, in proportion, product of mean is equal to product of extreme means that is proportion. Suppose this is not equal to, product of mean is not equal means, suppose AD is equal to BC means this is proportion. AD is not equal to BC means this is not a proportion. This is not proportion. Proportion means product of mean is equal to product of extreme. That is a very important point. Product of mean is equal to product of extreme. That two terms are equal. We can say that is proportion. That is not equal to means that is not proportion. Are you clear? Now next one, continued proportion. What is continued proportion? For example, now listen, 7 is to 21 as A is to 63. Now listen, mean, which is mean 21 and A, extreme 7 into 63. Now we can write 21 into A, product of mean is equal to product of extreme 7 into 63. 21 into A, 21A is equal to 7 into 63. Okay, 7 into 63, otherwise we can multiply. Now we can write 63. Now listen, what is A? A is equal to, here 21 into multiply by A, isn't it? 21 into A. This is multiplication. This is going that side, division. So 7 into 63, we can write first, divided by 21. Divided by 21. Now we can write 1, 7 is 7. 3 7s are 21. 1 7 is 7, 3 7s are 21. Then 1 3 is 3, 2 3s are 6, 1 3 is 3. So what is A? A is equal to 21. A is equal to 21. Now listen here, what is A? A is equal to 21. Now we can write here, 7 is to 21 as 21 is to 63. Okay? 7 is to 21 as 21 is to 63. Now here mean. Mean is same. 21, 21. If we have mean same means we can write 7 is to 21 is to 63. We can write 7 is to 21 is to 63. We can say this is called continued proportion. 7 is to 21 is to 63. Okay, mean value is same. So we can say, we can write this is 3 numbers. We can use 3 terms. That is the 7 first term. This is the mean term. This is the third term. Okay, this is the first term. This is mean term. Mean term means middle. Mean term 21 as 21, isn't it? This is mean term is to 63. Now we can write in ratio form. We can say this is called continued proportion. Okay, this is called continued proportion. A is to B is to C. Okay, what is continued proportion? Their mean has same. So we can write 7 is to 21 is to 3. So we can say this is called continued proportion. Suppose mean different means we can't say that is continued proportion. We can't write like this. Okay, must we want to use that 4 times. Clear? Now exercise 9.2. Are the following ratios in proportion? Are the following ratios in proportion? They are given to ratios, that is proportion or not. We can check. Now listen here. 1 is to 1. We can write in proportion form as 7 is to 7. If this proportion means we can product of mean is equal to product of extreme, isn't it? This is mean, this is extreme. Product of mean, extreme, isn't it? Product of mean is equal to 1 into 7 equal to product of extreme also 1 into 7. So 7 is equal to 7. So we can say these ratios are proportion, isn't it? In proportion. 1 is to 1 and 7 is to 7. This ratio is in proportion. Okay. Now we can write are the following ratios in proportion? Yes. We can say the yes. Yes. 1 is to 1 and 7 is to 7 in proportion. Okay, 7 is to 7 in proportion. Now 1 is to 7 and 7 is to 1. Now here 1 is to 7 is us, 7 is to 1. Now we can product of mean is equal to product of extreme. 7 into 7 is equal to 1 into 1. 7 sevens are 49 is not equal to 1. Okay, so 1 is to 7 and 7 is to 1 is not proportion. Okay, so we can write 1 is to 7 and 7 is to 1 is not proportion. Okay, now second one, which of the following sets of numbers are in proportion when considered in the given order? They are given on order. Now we can write a proportion form, that is proportion or not. We can find. Okay, 5 is to 10 is us, 15 is to 30. Now we can product of mean is equal to product of extreme means 10 into 15 is equal to 5 into 30, isn't it? 10 into 15 equal to 5 into 30. 10 into 15, 150 is equal to 5 into 30, 150. Okay. Now, which of the following sets of numbers are in proportion? So, we can say yes, this is proportion. Okay. Yes, this is in proportion. Okay. Now, second one, 2, 4, 6, 8. How can you write in proportion form? 2 is to 4 as 6 is to 8. Now, we can write product of mean is equal to product of extreme. 4 into 6 is equal to 8 into 2 into 8. 6 4s are 24 is not equal to 8 is 16. So we can say this is not proportion. Okay, this is not proportion. Okay. Exercise 9.2. Next question. Find the value of x in each of the following proportions. First one, 3:27 as 1:x. Now, product of mean is equal to product of extreme, isn't it? Otherwise, product of extreme is equal to product of mean. Now, listen here. This extreme, this is mean. Now, we can multiply 3 into x equal to 27 into 1. 3 into x, 3x equal to 27. Therefore, x is equal to 27 by 3. 1 3 is 3, 9 3s are 27. Therefore, x is equal to 9 is the answer. Okay. Now here, x is to 12 is as 21 is to 7. Mean and extreme. What is extreme? X into 7 equal to 12 into 21. Isn't it 12 into 21? Now listen, 7 into x, 7x equal to 12 into 2, 24. Isn't it? We can multiply 12 into 2, 2 2s are 4, 1 into 2, 24. Okay. Now listen, this 7 is going that side, this is multiplication goes that side, division. So x is equal to 24 divided by 7. Sorry, 21. 12 into 21, isn't it? Sorry. 12 into 21. Now we can multiply by 21. Okay. 12 into 21 are 2. 1 into 2, 2. 1 into 1, 1. 2 2s are 4. 1 into 2, 2. 252. Okay. Now here 252. Here 252 is. Now listen, we can use 7 table. 1 7 is 7. So 3 7s are 21. Balance 4. 42. 6 7s are 42. Therefore, value of x is equal to 36 is the answer. Now we can apply here 36 means this 2 multiplication is equal to this 2. Okay, that is the correct answer. Are you clear what is x? How can we find x value? Okay. Now, fourth one, arrange the following numbers in the correct order to make them in proportion. The first number, however, has to be the first term of the proportion. However, has to be the first term of the proportion. 80 to 10, 16. However, you can arrange, but we don't change the first term. That first term always the first number. First number you don't change. 80 is to, now listen here, extreme multiplied by extreme is equal to multiplied by, product of extreme is equal to product of mean. Now mean means middle, isn't it? Now we can change the numbers. We need product of mean is equal to product of extreme. Now here 80 into 2 is equal to 160. 10 into 16 is equal to 160. If we arrange like this means we can't get. So this 2, this is the end term, this 2 is end term means we will get that proportion form. So 10 is 16 is to 2. Now listen, 80 into 2 extreme, product of extreme equal to 10 into 16 product of mean. Isn't it? 80 into 2 is equal to 10 into 16 equal to 160. Same value. So we can arrange, this is the proportion form. This is the correct form. Okay. Now, next one, 30 into 35, 7 into 6. 7 comma 6. How can you arrange? 30 will not change. 30 in the first term is 2. Now listen. 30 into 7 means, this 30 into 6 means 180. Now 7 into 35 also 180. So 30 into 6, 35 into 7, 35 into 7 means 185, isn't it? Okay, now listen, 30 into 7, 220, 210, 35 into 6, 210. isn't it? So we can write 30 is to 30 into 7, isn't it? So 7 is last, that is extreme. Then here 35 or 6 is proportion as here 35. Now listen, 30 into 7 is equal to 35 into 6. 30 into 7, 30 into 7 is equal to 210. Then 35 into 6, 35 into 6 is equal to 210. So we can multiply this 2 and this 2 yesterday is equal to 210. So what's the correct way? 30 is to 35 as 6 is to 7. Okay. Now, fifth question. 4 mountaineers can sleep in one tent. If 16 mountaineers carry 4 tents on a trek, are the mountaineer tent ratios? Okay, mountaineer tent ratios in proportion. Okay. Now here, one tent, isn't it? Tent. How many mountaineers? Okay, one tent, 4 mountaineers can sleep. Therefore, how are the mountaineers tent ratios are proportion? Since 16 mountaineers carry 4 tents. 4 tents, isn't it? 16 mountaineers. 4 tents, 16 mountaineers. 4 mountain. Then are the mountaineers tent ratios in proportion? These ratios in proportion form we want to write. Now listen here. 1 is to 4 as 4 is to 16. Okay. This is the ratio form. This is the proportion form. This is proportion or not? How can you say? This mean is equal to extreme. 4 4s are 4 into 4 equal to 1 into 16 equal to 16. 4 4s are 16. 1 into 16, 16. So this is the proportion. So what's the answer? 1 is to 4 as 4 is to 16 is the answer. This is the proportion form. 110, 4 mountaineers can sleep. Then 16 mountaineers carry 4 tents. 15 mountaineers carry 4 tents. 4 tents, 16 mountaineers. This is the ratio. 1 is to 4 and 4 is to 6. This ratio is in, we can write in proportion form. So 1 is to 4 as 4 is to 16. Now we can say this is equal means, that is product of mean is equal to product of extreme is equal means this is proportion. Now we are checking here 16, this is equal. So we can say 1 is to 4 as 4 is to 16. Okay. Next one, direct and inverse proportion. Okay, direct and inverse proportion. What is direct proportion? Listen, for example, more sale, more profit. If we sell 5 apples, 1 apple is 10 rupees. If we sell 5 apples, we will get 50 rupees. Isn't it? 50 rupees. 5 apples, each apple will get 1 rupee profit. How much profit? 1 rupee profit. So 5 apple will get 5 rupee. Suppose same 2 means, 2 apple means will get what's the profit? Rupees 2. What's the profit? Rupees 2 profit. So more sale means will get more profit. That is less means less. That is less profit. Are you clear? More sale, more profit. Less means less profit. Okay. Then second one, more quantity, more cost. Okay, more quantity, more cost. If you buy from anyone some 1 pencil. 1 pencil, if you buy 1 pencil means that is rupees 5. If you buy 10 pencil, 1 pencil 5 rupee, 10 pencil 50 rupees. More quantity, more cost. Here less quantity, cost also less. More quantity, cost also more. So this is quantity is the increase, quantity increase, that amount also increase. Increase, that amount also increase. Same direction. This quantity is decrease, amount also decrease. Isn't it? Same direction. One is decrease, that also decrease. One is increase, that amount also increase. Okay? That is direct variation. That is the direct proportion. Are you clear? That is direct proportion. Here profit means more sale means we'll get more profit. More profit, more sale, more profit. Okay? One is increase, that profit also increase. Isn't it? Sale, that is increase, decrease, that profit also decrease. So this is direct proportion. Now listen one more. More speed, more distance. If we go fast, we can reach that particular place very soon, isn't it? Now here more speed, more distance. If we here to this international school, this Naditheri to Karangal, if we go fast, within 3 minutes we can reach in Karangal, isn't it? Your speed is less. You can go slow means we will reach that same distance in 5 minutes, isn't it? That is more speed, more distance, isn't it? If we go fast means we can reach more distance. Okay. Now listen, this is direct proportion means we have one formula. A is to B is equal to C is to D. Direct proportion means we can multiply A into B, AB equal to C into D, CD. This is the formula. This is direct proportion. One is increase, another that is also increase. Suppose one decrease, that also decrease. Same direction. So we can say this is the direct proportion. Okay. Now once again, this is direct and inverse proportion. Direct and inverse proportion. What is direct proportion? We have some example. More sale, more profit. If you sell 5 apple, we'll get each apple we have 1 rupee profit. So each here 5 apple, if you sell 5 apple, we'll get 5 rupee profit. If you sell 2 apple, we'll get only 2 rupee profit. Isn't it? This more sale means more profit. Sale amount, sale quantity is less, that profit also less. Isn't it? That is one increase, that also increase. One is less, that profit also less. Isn't it? So we can say this is the direct proportion. Then one more example. More quantity, more cost. Cost of 1 pencil is 5 rupees. Therefore cost of 10 pencil 50 rupees. The quantity is different. Quantity is more. More quantity, more amount. Isn't it? More cost. Here 1 pencil, that is small quantity, amount also small, less. That is 10 pencil, more quantity 50 rupees, amount also more. Isn't it? So we can say this is also direct proportion. Now more speed, more distance. More speed means if we can go fast means we can reach more distance. Isn't it? We can travel more distance. But we can go slow means we will reach some distance. Isn't it? You are more speed, more distance. Less speed, less distance. Isn't it? So that is direct proportion. We have one formula. A is to B is equal to C is to D. Now A into B is equal to AB, C into D is equal to CD. This is the formula. AB equal to CD. If we have two ratio, we can write like this. This two ratio, product of this two ratio and product of these two ratios. Okay. Now inverse proportion. More men, less time to complete work. One man build a house, one man taking suppose 30 days. One man taking 30 days, but two men take only 15 days. Isn't it? Here more men, less time, less days. Suppose here less number of men. Only one man take 30 days. One man take 30 days. Two men take 15 days. So number of men is less, decrease. That number of days increase. Decrease and increase. One is decrease, next one is opposite direction, increase. So we can say this is inverse proportion. Okay, here man, number of man is increase, number of days decrease. Isn't it? So we can say this is inverse proportion. Next, one more example. More speed, less time taken to cover the same distance. We want to reach 1 kilometer distance. More speed means we can reach in 15 minutes. Isn't it? 15 minutes. Suppose less speed means that same distance we can cover within 30 minutes. Isn't it? So more speed, less time. Less speed, more time. Okay, one is less, one is more. One is decrease, one is increase. Opposite direction. So we can say this is the inverse proportion. Okay, now A is to B is equal to D is to C. Listen, A is to B equal to D is to C. How? Here A is to B and C is to D. Now, inverse proportion means A into B is equal to inverse of C is to D. Inverse of C is to D means D is to C. Inverse of. Okay, A is to B is equal to inverse of C is to D. Inverse of C is to D means that place will change. A is to B equal to D is to C. Okay, A is to B is equal to D is to C. So A into B, AB equal to D into C, DC. This is the formula for inverse proportion. But direct proportion, A is to B is equal to AB, C is to D is equal to CD. But inverse, this is the opposite direction. This will change. D is to C. Inverse of C is to D. That is the difference. Okay. Exercise 9.3. Which of the following sets of 4 numbers are in direct proportion and the which are in inverse proportion? Okay. Now first one, 3, 12, 1, 4. A is to B as B is to C. We can write in proportion form. 3 is to 12 as 1 is to 4. Now we can check mean, product of mean and product of extreme. 3 into 4 is equal to 12 into 1. 3 4s are 12, 1 into 12 also 12. Isn't it same value? So we can say these numbers are in direct proportion. Okay? These numbers are in direct proportion. Direct proportion. Okay. Now, second one, 7 is to 35 as 20 is to 4. Now listen, here 35 into 20 will get one big number. 7 4s are 28. This is not equal. Direct proportion means mean and the product of mean is equal to product of extreme. But here that is not equal. So we can check that is inverse proportion. Okay. Inverse proportion means this A is to B is equal to C is to D. Inverse of C is to D. Inverse of C is to D means D is to C. Isn't it? So 7 is to 35 as 4 is to 20. This is inverse. Inverse of 20 is to 4 is equal to 4 is to 20. Okay. Now we can check extreme and mean. 35 into 4 equal to 7 into 20. 35 into 4. 35 into 4 is equal to 140. Isn't it? So 7 into 20 is equal to 140. Okay, so this answer is same. So we can say these numbers are inverse proportion. Okay, therefore these numbers are inverse proportion. Clear? First we can say the product of mean is equal to product of extreme is same means that is direct proportion. Suppose that is different not equal means we can arrange in inverse of C is to D. That is D is to C. Then now we can check that the product of mean is equal to product of extreme is same means that is inverse proportion. Okay. The next one. If 35 men can make 245 earthen pot, how many men? 35 men. How many earthen pots? 245 earthen pots in a day. How many earthen pots can be made by 70 men in a day? Okay, 35 men, earthen pot. How many earthen pot? 245 earthen pot, isn't it? Then 70 men, how many earthen pot they will make? Okay, now we can write 35 is to 70 as 245 is to x. Okay, 245 is to x. Okay, now here 35 is to 70 is as 245 is to x. Now listen here, we can multiply extreme and mean. 35 into x, 35x equal to 70 into 245. Now get x equal to 70 into 245 by 35, isn't it? By 35. Now we can cancel it. 5 7s are 35, isn't it? Otherwise 5 tables, 7 5s are 35, 1 5 is 5, 4 5s are 20, 1 7 is 7, 2 7s are 14. Now here x equal to 2 into 245. What's the answer? 245 into 2. 5 2s are 10, 1 balance, 4 2s are 8 plus 1 9, 4. 490. Okay, how many earthen pots? 490 earthen pots. Isn't it? How many earthen pots can made by 70 men? 490 earthen pots can be made by 70 men in a day. Are you clear? If 35 men can make 245 earthen pots in a day, how many men? 35 men. How many days? 1 day. They are taking 1 day for 245 earthen pots. Then how long? 70 men, that same number of earthen pots, how long they are taking? How many days they are taking? That is x. Now listen, this is directly a proportion or inverse proportion. First you can find out. 35 men 1 day means 70 means number of men are increasing, isn't it? Now 70 men, they will take less number of days, isn't it? More men, less day. More men, less day. So this is a what? Inverse proportion. So 35 is to 70 as inverse proportion means inverse of 1 is to x. X is to 1, isn't it? Inverse of 1 is to x is, otherwise we can write here inverse of 1 is to x. Next line, 35 is to 70 as inverse of 1 is to x is to 1. Now we can multiply the mean and extreme. 35 into 70 into x, 70x, 35 into 1, 35. Okay, 35 into 1 is equal to 35. Now x equal to 35, this is product is going that side division, 70. 5 7s are 35, 1 7 is 7, 0, 1 5 is 5, 2 5s are 10. So 1 by 2 day. How many day? 1 by 2 day. 1 by 2 day means half day. 35 men taking 1 day, 70 men are taking only half day. Okay, this is inverse proportion. Clear? Okay. Next topic, that is unitary method. What is unitary method? The unitary method is the method of using the value of a unit to find the value of many units. What is unit? A single object or person. Single object or person is known as a unit. For example, cost of 5 apple. That apple is a unit or object. Okay, 5 apple, 1 apple. Cost of 1 apple is 5 rupees. Cost of how many? Cost of 5 apple is equal to? Cost of 1 apple is 5 rupees. Cost of 5 apple is equal to 5 5s are 25. We can multiply, isn't it? For finding the value of more, they are given one cost of 1 apple. We want to find more apple, 5 apple. So we can multiply. For finding the value of more, we multiply. Suppose find the value of less. Okay, finding the value of less, we divide. Suppose cost of 5 apple is 25. What is the cost of 1 apple? Isn't it? Cost of 5 apple is 25. What is the cost of 1 apple? 25 divided by 5. We can divide. This is the unitary method. Okay? Exercise 9.4. Question number 1. A rock of weight 468 kg is being lifted off the ground by 9 men. If every man is working equally hard, how much weight is being lifted by each man? Total 9 men, they are lifted together 468 kg. If every man is working equally hard, how much weight is being lifted by each man? By 1 man. Okay. Now we can write solution. Weight is lifted by how many men? 9 men. Weight is lifted by 9 men is equal to 468 kg. Therefore, weight is lifted by 1 man equal to what? Well, find lifted by each man, isn't it? Weight is lifted by 9 men, 468 kg. Therefore, weight is lifted by 1 man. We can divide, isn't it? They are given more. We want to find less. Means that is division, isn't it? 468 by 9 kg. 1 9 is 9. 5 9s are 45. 2 9s are 18. So, how many kg? Each man 52 kg. So, 52 kg weight is being lifted by each man. Okay, 52 kg. Next question. A school bus can seat 54 students. How many school buses would be needed to seat 378 students? Solution. A school bus can seat how many students? 54 students. 54 students. Therefore, number of school buses needed to seat how many students? 378 students equal to, now we can divide 378 by 54. Okay, 2 table 2 2s are 4, 7 2s are 14, 1 2 is 2, 8 2s are 16, 9 2s are 18, 3 table 9 3s are 27, 6 2s are 18, 6 3s are 18, 3 3s are 9, 1 9 is 9, 7 9s are 63. So how many buses? 7 buses. How many buses we needed? 7 buses. Okay, 7 school buses would be needed to seat 378 students. Clear? Next one, speed, distance and time. Okay, speed, distance and time. What is speed? The rate of change of distance is known as speed. Rate of change of distance is known as speed. What's the formula for speed? Distance covered by time taken. Okay, distance covered then divided by what's the time? Time taken. So now we can write in short form S equal to D by T. S equal to D by T. This is speed. For distance formula, S into T, speed into time. Okay, D is denoted by distance, S speed, T is denoted by time. Now T is equal to time is equal to distance by speed, D by S. Okay, we can use this formula and we can find the question problems. Now convert, first one, convert 126 kilometer per hour. Okay, how can you read? Kilometer by hour. Kilometer divided by hour. What's the meaning? Kilometer divided by hour. We can convert into kilometer divided by hour is convert into meter per second. How can you convert? 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. 1 hour is equal to how many minutes? 60 minutes. Here we need second, isn't it? 1 minute 60 seconds. Therefore 60 minutes 60 into 60, isn't it? 3600 seconds. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, isn't it? 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Therefore 60 minutes equal to how many seconds? 60 into 60, 3600 seconds. Okay, now listen. 126 kilometer by hour. This is the meaning, isn't it? So 126 into 1 kilometer is equal to how many meter? 1000 meter. So we can write here 1000 meter by 60 minutes. 1 hour equal to 60 minutes. 60 minutes equal to, we need to convert into second. How many second? 3600 seconds. Okay. Now we can cancel it. 2 zeros. Now 1 2 is 2. 8 2s are 16. 5 2s are 10. 18. 6 2s are 12. 3 2s are 6. Isn't it? Now we can multiply 9 table. 1 9 is 9. 7 9s are 63. Isn't it? So 7 into 5 is equal to 35 minutes per second is the answer. 35 minutes per second. Now next one, convert 12.8 meter per second to kilometer per hour. Okay. Now we need to convert into kilometer and hour. 1 meter is equal to 1 by 1000 kilometer. 1 meter is equal to 1 by 1000 kilometer. Therefore 1 second is equal to here 1 hour, isn't it? 1 hour. How many minutes? 30 minutes. 1 hour 60 minutes. Sorry, 1 hour 60 minutes. Therefore 60 minutes in second means 1 minute 60 seconds. 60 minutes equal to 60 into 60, 3600 seconds. So 1 second is equal to 1 by 3600 seconds. Okay. Now we can write 12.8 into meter per second means meter divided by second. 1 meter divided by 1 second. So 12.8 into 1 meter is equal to 1 by 1000 kilometer divided by 1 by 3600 second. Okay. Now listen. Here 1 by, this is division, 12.8 into 1 by 1000. We can change that decimal multiplication. We can write in reciprocal 3600 by 1. Now we can cancel it 0, 0, 0, 0 cancel. 5 2s are 10. 1 2 is 2. 8 2s are 16. Isn't it? Now we can multiply 12.8 into 18. Isn't it? 12.8 into 18. 8 8s are 64. 6 balance. 8 2s are 16. 16 plus 6, 22, 2 balance, 10. 1 8 is 8, 1 2 is 2, 1. 4, 10, 3, 2. 230.4, isn't it? 230.4 divided by 5. Now we can divide 230.4. isn't it? Yes, we can divide here 230.4 divided by 5. 4 5s are 20, 3 balance, 6 5s are 30, isn't it? 6 5s are 30, then point. Here we can put 4. 4 is not in 5 table, so we can add one 0. Again we can add one 0 here. 8 5s are 40. So what's the answer? 46.08 meter per second is converting to kilometer per hour. So kilometer per hour is the answer. Are you clear? Now exercise 9.5. How much distance will a swimmer cover in 3 minutes if he swims at a uniform speed of 2.5 meter every 2 seconds? Now here t is equal to 15, say 3 minutes. Now here 1 minute equal to say 60 seconds. Therefore 3 minute equal to 3 into 60 second equal to 180 second. Therefore t is equal to 180 second. Now that is speed given, that is s. S equal to 2.5 meter every 2 seconds. Isn't it? Every 2 seconds 2.5 meter. Therefore 1 second equal to 2.5 by 2 meter. This is speed. S equal to 2.5 by 2 meter. Now we can find d. D is equal to s into t. Isn't it? S into t. Now s into 2 equal to s. What is s? 180 into 2.5 by 2. 1 2 is 2. 9 2s are 18. 0. Is it? Now we can multiply 2.5 into 90. 0. 45 4 balance. 9 2s are 18. 22. After one digit we can put the point. So 225 what? Meter. 200 and what's the distance? 225 meter. Clear? Okay, homework. Book page number 94, 95, 97, 98, 100 and 101. Exercise 9.2, question number 6. Exercise 9.3, question number 1, third question and sixth question. Exercise 9.4, question number 1. Then exercise 9.5, question number 1 and 2. These are the homework. Okay, we can continue next class. Thank you.